Alright, Shalom, this is your brother Shamar from the Phoenix camp. And with that being said, I want to give all honor, glory, and praise to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakadash. Double honor to the elders of Great Millstone, and peace and salutations to the brothers that are doing this work in truth and sincerity. I'm going to jump right into the scripture. This is Luke 21:36, and it says, Watch ye therefore and pray always, that ye may be accounted worthy to escape all these things that shall come to pass, and to stand before the Son of Man. So let's run that back again. It says, Watch ye therefore and pray. Because that's the season that we're in, man. We're in the season of watching. We're in the season of prayer. We're in the season of these prophecies coming to pass at a very high pace. So we're in the season of watching, man. We're in the season of prayer. And that's going to be the subject of the lesson. It says, Watch ye therefore and pray always. So the scripture talking about prayer without ceasing, right? So pray always to what? For the Lord to keep us in his good graces. For the Most High to keep us, in this truth, in this word, and not fall temptation to the follies of the devil. It says, Watch ye therefore and pray worthy. It's like watch ye therefore and pray always, that ye may be accounted worthy to escape all these things. And what are the things you're talking about? It's talking about the snares that come upon them that dwell upon the whole face of the earth. So talking about in verse 34, this is what it's talking about, man. It says, and take heed to yourself, as at any time your heart be overcharged. Let's get that word overcharged. Weighed down with surfeiting. Shalak. Let's get that definition. And drunkenness and careless lies, for the day come upon you unaware. So the time of thinking about the world around us is past. For as a snare shall it come on all that dwell upon the face of the whole earth. The snare of thinking about this world, man. They're going to be so concerned about this present world that's going to be a trap unto them. And that trap right now is in the form of the jab. And ultimately it's going to be a form of the mark. Because what are the people that take the jab, what are they concerned about, man? They're concerned about the fashions of this world. They're concerned about their status and comfort in this world. Their access to this world. That's why it goes in, lest any time your hearts, your minds be overcharged with surfeiting, drunkenness, and cares of this life. So they're concerned, they're what's the word right there? They're weighed down by the cares of this life, man. And if you go to the scripture says a soldier is not, I'm going to go ahead and get it. It says, find that scripture. This is lock that in it. Let's try that. Yeah, count. This is 2 Timothy 2:4. It says, No man that warreth entangles himself with the affairs of this life or the cares of this life. But a soldier watches. A soldier's going to watch and pray, right? It says that prosecution of any affair, business, or occupation. It says, No man that warreth entangles himself with the affairs of his life, that he may please him who has chosen him to be a soldier. And who shows us? Yahweh Shai, because therefore said, Therefore your heart is the good soldier of Yahweh Shai, therefore your hardship. So hardships coming in the form of our denial of access to the creature comforts of this world. When the man of the Lord refuses to take that jab, and the man of the Lord ultimately refuses to take that mark, there's going to be hardship, there's going to be prosecution, there's going to be persecution for the man of the Lord. So I'm going to run that back again. And take heed to yourselves, as at any time your hearts be overcharged, Shalakia, with surfeiting and drunkenness and the cares of this life, so that they come upon you unaware. So these people out here, they're going to be so wrapped up in the day-to-day that they're not even thinking about the eternity and the judgment that's coming. For as a snare shall it come upon them that dwell upon the face of the whole earth. That's going to be a snare unto them, man. That's going to be a trap unto them. So I'm going to get a Proverbs 1:27. This is a Proverbs 1:27. It says, When your fear cometh as desolation, because it's going to come upon them unawares, and your destruction cometh as a whirlwind. Because all those things are going to come to the unbelieving, to the those that care of this world, to those that are entangled with the fears of this life. It's going to come on suddenly, man. And your destruction cometh as a whirlwind, when distress and anguish come upon you. Then shall they call upon me, but not with an answer. They shall seek me early, but they shall not find me, for they hated knowledge and did not choose the fears of the Lord. And also because they didn't watch and pray. Because they didn't watch and pray, man. They were so entangled in the affairs of this life. They didn't watch, nor did they pray. They're blind. They're blind, man. They're blind. They're oblivious to the world situation. They're oblivious to the prophecies being fulfilled. Let's go back to Luke. It says, watch ye therefore and pray always, you may count it worthy to escape all these things that shall come to pass, because they are going to come to pass. It's not an if, it's a when. And that when's coming very, very soon. And to stand before the Son of Man. Let's get a Luke 12 and 31. Salat. This is Luke 12 and 31. It says, but rather seek ye the kingdom of Yahweh, and all these things shall come unto you. You know, so that's what that is, man. I'll start, yeah. But rather, well, I'll start right here, because we talked about how the heathen, or how it's dangerous to entangle yourself in the cares of this life, like we read in the previous scripture. I'm going back again. It was Luke 21:36. Lakia. So it's right here. It says that take heed to yourself, lest any times your hearts be overcharged with surfeiting and drunkenness and the cares of this life. And what are the part of the cares of this life? And we're going to go back to 12 and 31 and find that out. Well, it's not 31, but 28. If then Yahweh so clothes the grass which today in the field and tomorrow is cast into the oven, you know, because this place is going to burn, how much more would it clothe you, O ye of little faith? And seek not what you shall eat or what you shall drink, because that's the major concern of people that are going to take that jab, people that are going to take that mark. They're going to be concerned about what they're going to eat, what they're going to drink. Neither be ye of doubtful mind, for all these things that the nations of the world seek after. And that's why they're going to fall prey, they're going to fall victim to this devil and his evil fucking plan. And for all these things that the nations of the world seek after, and your Father knows that you need of these things. So the Most High knows then that we have to physically sustain ourselves with food and drink and raiment and shelter. He knows that, you know. So he's gonna provide that for us, for those that have faith. That's why it says, how much more would he clothe you? Verse 28, O ye of little faith. You got to believe in these scriptures, man. And verse 29, neither be ye of doubtful mind. It says, for your Father, verse 30, for your Father knoweth that ye have need of these things. So that's what it is. So the Lord's not asking you to do anything extraordinary. He knows that you need food. He knows that you need shelter. He knows that you need you need your basic necessities met. But if you have faith, they will be supplied unto you. You got to believe that, man. But your part is this, verse 31. This is the part of watching and praying. But rather seek ye the kingdom of Yahweh, and all these things shall be added unto you. Fear not, little flock. It is your Father's good pleasure to give you the kingdom, man. So that's where the watching and praying comes in. It's prioritizing this truth, prioritizing the spiritual things. So I'm gonna get Luke 26 and 40, I think it is, around there. Is that it? No, Salakia. So Matthew 26 and 41. Matthew 26 and 41. It says, watch and pray that ye enter not into temptation. And the temptations that are coming is what, man? You know, you're going to be tempted to well, the elect are not, they're going to be tempted, but they're going to pass a test. But nevertheless, the temptation is going to become. So you're going to be put in a situation where those things might seem reasonable to you. You know, and if you have your weak faith, you're going to talk yourself into that stuff, man. A man of weak faith, because that's what these people did. They took the jab because they talked themselves into it. They gave into the temptation. I really want to go back to the baseball games or the football games. I really want to travel, so I'm gonna go ahead and take this jab. They gave into the temptation, man, of their own creature comforts. Because why? Because they didn't watch and they didn't pray. Verse 41, watch and pray to enter not temptation. The spirit indeed is willing, but the flesh is weak. So that's why watching and praying is a season right now, because that's the building up of the spirit. The flesh is going to, the scripture says the flesh profits nothing. And as we continue on these days, the flesh is going to profit less and less. So there's a balance that we have to maintain in our lives. But right now, you got to build up your spirit, man. You gotta build up your spirit to the best of your ability. We get a 1 Corinthians 16 chapter. And I'm not going into too much detail because basically he got his thumb on brother's videos, just waiting to delete. Waiting, well, we all know that's of the Most High, because we know that's the coming of the famine of the word, which another prophecy is going to get fulfilled. It's 1 Corinthians 6:13. Watch ye, stand fast in faith. Quit you like men. Let's get that word quit. Salak. Trying to get that button. Be brave. Be brave. Watch ye, stand fast in faith. Quit brave. Be brave like men. Be strong. So that's a time, man. That's a time. That's a time. That's plain and simple right there, man. That's the attitude. That's the mentality. That's the spirit. Watch ye, stand fast in the faith. Stand fast in the faith. Let's get that word, stand fast. It says to be stationary, to stand firm, to persevere, to persist, to keep one standing. So keep your standing, man. You got to keep your good standing in this truth. You got to keep your faith in this truth. Stand fast. Stand fast, Salakia. In the faith, quit you like men. Be strong. Let all your things be done with charity, man. Let's get the word charity, love. And what's love, man? Love is obedience. So that's what it is, man. That sums it up perfectly. That sums up the mentality that we should build ourselves up to be. And if you don't got that mindset right now, then you ain't gonna last, man. You gotta build it right now. You gotta build it as we go. With that, I'm gonna get 2 Timothy 4 and 5. Make sure it's recording. 2 Timothy 4. Salakia. 2 Timothy 4 and hold up. The 2 Timothy 4 and 5, but watch thou in all things. Watch thou in all things. We got to keep our mind on the world view, because that gives good indicators of what's happening, man. That gives good indicators of the prophecies being fulfilled. But watch thou in all things, endure afflictions. So there's going to be afflictions that we're going to have to endure. Do the work of an evangelist. Make full proof of thy ministry. Make full proof of thy ministry. What's our ministry? The teaching of this word. To bear or bring full, to make full, to call the thing to be shown to the full, to fulfill the ministry in every part, to carry to the end, accomplish, make full proof, to carry to the end. So it's necessary that we carry this thing to the end, man. There's no turning back now. We are too close to the finish line to stop. They got a saying in the world, can't stop, won't stop. That's the way it got to be, man. To carry to the end, accomplish things that have been accomplished, to fill one's any thought, conviction, or inclination, to make one certain, to persuade, convince one, to be persuaded, fully convinced or assured, to render inclined or bent on. So you got to be fully inclined in this truth, in this ministry. Let's get that word ministry. Service, ministering, especially those that execute the command of others, or those who by the command of Yahweh proclaim, promote religion among men, or the office of Moses, or the office of apostles, and its administration, or the office of prophet, evangelist, elders, etc. The administration of those who render to others, the office of the Christian affection, especially those who help meet need by either collecting or distributing of charities. The office of the deacon and church, the service of those prepare and present food. And we do all of that in a sense, man. We do all of that in a sense. Without, this truth is our ministry. It says, for watch thou in all things, endure afflictions, do the work, and evangelists make full proof of thy ministry. For I am now ready to be offered, and the time of my departure is at hand. This is Paul talking, man. I have fought a good fight. I have finished my course. I have kept the faith. So he knows that he gave it his all. He gave it his all. He he went to his deathbed. He didn't have no second thoughts. He didn't have no regrets. And that's then you don't want to have none of no regrets or second thoughts in that day, saying I could have done more. I should have been more this. I could have done more that. You want to know that you went full face forward for Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. And that's a part of watching and praying. Like the lesson we're trying to bring out. That we are bringing out. So like I have fought a good fight. I have finished my course. I have kept the faith. Henceforth there is laid up for me a crown of righteousness, for the Lord the righteous judge shall give me at that day, not to me only, but of them that also love is appearing. Why? Because he was fully convinced. He was fully persuaded. He knew how to stand fast in the things that he was commanded to do. And that's the time where they're living in, man. That being said, it's a real quick lesson. I had a few more scriptures, but I don't want to make the lesson too long. Most I wouldn't hope is edifying to you brothers that want to give all honor, glory, and praise to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Kahala Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Brothers keep on pushing. Shalom.